Hello and welcome. Thank you for stopping by today. It's Bio here from quietexperts.com. Now, by way of an introduction, I help highly introverted knowledge experts, and these are people that offer their knowledge, their wisdom, or their experience to solve a major business or life problem for their ideal clients. I help them have more impact, more income, and achieve more independence so that they can change even more lives. So if that sounds like you and you're an introvert entrepreneur who's struggling with the common things that hold us back, card-bearing introvert here, by the way, things like being afraid that you're not good enough, well, stay tuned because I've got something to share with you today. Now, the key reason why I pull this together is because many of the people that I come across, both online, offline, and that come to me for coaching, business support, who are highly introverted entrepreneurs, the first thing I notice is that you're normally good at what you do. You may have a program. You may currently have a product that you offer. Maybe it's a 4-week, 8-week, 12-week program, and you may indeed have some sort of signature solution that you offer, but you still feel afraid that you're not good enough. So today's program, today's audio answer is looking specifically at what you need to do if you feel as an introvert entrepreneur. And remember, I mean someone who offers your knowledge, maybe your wisdom or your experience to solve a major life or business problem for your ideal client, to tackle that issue of you being afraid that you're not good enough. So I'll tell you a bit more about my backstory later on, or you can check out quietexperts.com for more information, or indeed our Facebook page, which is Quiet Experts Method, for more information about what I do in my background. But today is about you. It's about looking at what you need to start doing so that you can get out of your own way so you have more impact, more income, and achieve more independence so that you can change more lives. Because before we get into the program, let me just share this truth with you. The more that you put the focus on you, as opposed to putting the focus on those that you want to serve around the world, and thanks to the internet, you can solve people anywhere in the world at any point in time. But the more that you put the focus on you and you don't take the action, maybe you're being afraid that you're going to be found out to be an imposter. Maybe you've been working on your program, but you've never got it out there because you don't want to be criticized when you do put it out there. What's more important than all of that is the fact that you could be denying certain people, certain businesses, certain individuals from the relief that only you can provide. So I just thought I'll add that in there because it's something that we introvert entrepreneurs need to understand. We've got to take the focus off of ourselves, and we've got to put ourselves out there, but do it in a way that allows us to play to our strengths. And so that's what this is about. If you're afraid of not being good enough, I'm going to, in this series, give you tips and practical strategies for you to push the boundaries of your current comfort zone. So if you're ready, I'll see you on the inside. Let me ask you this. As a professional that offers your knowledge, your wisdom, or maybe your expertise to solve a major business problem or a life problem for your ideal client, and as an introvert entrepreneur online, are you afraid that you're not good enough? Do you sometimes feel like you can't do what you really know deep down in your heart you want to do? Do you sometimes feel like you're not worthy? Do you sometimes feel like you can't make a mistake, or you've got to be perfect, or that you're just not good enough? Well, if this is you and you're an introvert entrepreneur online who does these things that I said, you offer your knowledge, maybe your experience or your wisdom to help your ideal clients solve the problems they're going through, I want to tell you that it's not true that you're not good enough. We all have our fears about not being good enough to do something, and many times we wonder if we're capable, but the good thing is it's a simple mindset fix, and we're going to look at how to solve that challenge in this particular program. Hello and welcome. It's Bio here from quietexperts.com, and I help the most highly introverted online entrepreneurs, introvert entrepreneurs who are online, who offer their knowledge, their wisdom, and their expertise. I help them have more impact, more income, and achieve more independence so that they can change more lives without all the frustration and fear and anxiety that they feel because they have to market and sell themselves, and of course self-promote what they have to offer. But today we're going to look specifically at this issue of being afraid as an introvert entrepreneur that you're not online, that you're not good enough. Now, being afraid, I'll be the first person to tell you, is no different than fearing something. And we already know that fear is created in our mind. Now, of course, being afraid is completely normal, and we will experience it regardless of whether we want to or not. However, and here's the important thing, we have the choice to take action despite being afraid as an introvert entrepreneur online, or as someone who just shares their knowledge, wisdom, and advice to help clients overcome their problems. So let's look at what makes us afraid. What does make us afraid? There are many reasons we become afraid of something or anything. Uncertainty is definitely one of them. Another one is fear of failure. Another one is fear of disappointing other people, maybe our clients or those that we cherish in our life. If you have this mindset, take a deep breath and don't worry. Why? Because it's completely normal. However, if you let fear dictate your life when you need to make a change, well, that's where the challenge comes in, and you need to make that change right now. The challenge for most introvert entrepreneurs online and knowledge experts is that they settle for just being afraid. But this is a false state of mind. It's not true of who you are and what you are capable of doing. So we have two choices in life. We can be complacent, or we can suck it up and do life afraid. And that's a phrase that I really like to use. You know, you're doing life afraid. Now, if one thing is sure, is that you'll never be good enough if you don't take action. Let me repeat that. You'll never be good enough if you don't take action. It's really that simple, and we tend to make it so complex and so difficult. The reason I say this is you're as good as you believe you are. We're taught how to condition our minds to be able to face situations in life. And while this is good advice to an extent, nothing, absolutely nothing can replace doing. And sure, someone can tell you that you're good enough, but if you don't believe it as an introvert entrepreneur online, then you've still got a lot of work to do. So what's the secret to overcoming the fear of thinking we're less than good enough? Well, the secret is learning from experiences and forcing ourselves into situations we think are impossible. To do that, you're going to have to dig deep within yourself to pull out the person you ultimately see yourself as. And you do this by taking action. You've heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words, but don't ever dismiss talking to someone who will give it to you straight. That's my belief, and that's it's what I do with my clients, those who've entrusted me with their growth and their care and their development. I feel that we tend to dance around the truth with words of sympathy, but that's not real life. It's not reasonable to have someone tell you that you're good enough all the time. It's just not, you can't run from fear. So then you might be thinking, that's great, Bayam, but how can I take action? Well, you can take micro steps. You can be uncomfortable each and every day. Put yourself in situations that'll make you feel slightly uncomfortable. But what does this mean? It means do something that pushes you beyond your current limitations. This is what I've done. This is what I continue to do. Those of you, if you're listening to this and you're a member of the Quiet Experts Method family, you know that I've never been comfortable with video. I've been very comfortable with audio, but definitely not video. And I've had to continue to push the boundaries and get uncomfortable each and every day. So that's one area for me. What is it for you? If you're afraid of not being good enough because you haven't given your all to the very thing that you feel about, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. So whether it's your relationships, whether it's your business as an expert, or life in general, there is a way. Now, of course, not everything is for everyone, but what I know for sure is 99% of people haven't extended beyond their current comfort zones. I know that 99% of introvert entrepreneurs online who are struggling to have impact, who are struggling to have more income, who are struggling to have achieve more independence so they can change more lives. I know that 99% of those introvert entrepreneurs online haven't extended beyond their current comfort zone. And how can I know this? Because I have been there. I was there for a very, very, very long time. So develop your self-esteem and you'll feel equipped to take on anything in life. The goal is to become the best you possible, not the best buyer, not the best version of Oprah Winfrey or anyone else. The goal is to become the best you possible. There's no time for being afraid because the people that you're supposed to serve, the world in general, will miss out on what you have to offer. And I think we're in agreement here that you have unique gifts and talents, expertise and wisdom and knowledge that you can use to help a business or an individual solve a major life problem that they have. So don't deprive those people because you fail to become the best you possible. Don't settle for mediocrity and just push yourself until you achieve your life's purpose. You're better than that. You're good enough. Okay? That's all you need. So now that you know you're completely capable, it's time to toughen up and leave those feelings of being afraid behind. And if you do become afraid, just remember, it's just your mind trying to convince you to play small. So what I want you to do is take action and start developing your self-esteem by pushing the boundaries ever so gradually, but every single day of your current comfort zone. Putting it more bluntly, I want you to step outside your comfort zone each and every day. Do something that moves you out there. The very thing you're afraid of may be the exact thing that you need to face so that you can finally get to a place where fear is only an instinct and it no longer prevents you from feeling prepared to succeed, prepared to have more impact, prepared to have more income, achieve more independence, and change more lives. So I hope you found this useful. In another program, another episode, I'm going to talk about overcoming fear and relationship to taking risks and some other goodies in response to questions that I've been getting in the Quiet Experts Method community. Now, if you want to join us, please feel free to subscribe to our podcast at quietexperts.com/podcast, or indeed you can join our Facebook group, which is at facebook.com/quietexpertsmethod. That's our Facebook page. And we do have a group as well. But go to our site, quietexperts.com, and you'll see all the resource links that you need and a lot more information. And until next time, it's been Bayo here. I know you've got this. I know you can do this. And there is absolutely no reason for you to be afraid that you're not good enough, because you are.